I feel like there are so many things I could talk about, and there are so many things that get me fired up, and it's like it builds for a freestyle, and it builds for a track, and it builds for something that you really try and understand. And I feel I'm one of those people, those individuals that get like I have a good grasp and handle on things. Like, there's a certain reason why things exist and why we have like films and music, and we have this whole day and age where people try and censor things and they try and put restrictions up. And I think, some people are so cute and adorable when they really try and stop people. Like, it's like, I think of GTA 4, like why that hasn't ever been remastered, because, especially around that time, that game was huge, that game was big, as episodes from Liberty City, like when they made the PS4, like they done everyone dirty because everybody wanted to move from PS3 to PS4 because PS3 was like the console, but then PS4 had so many promises, and they done you dirty by like with PlayStation 4. Like, if you'd have a game and you own the game on the PlayStation 3 version, like you had the discs, you wouldn't have to worry about how much space you have on your PlayStation. Whereas on the PS4, you try and have as many games on there as possible, and then it's like you don't have enough space to, run this, file, and it's like, so I have to delete all these other files. It's like I've got so much progression on here. It's like I've had to do it, and to install a new game, and I just think like where PS3 were, before, even on PlayStation 2, like I had the memory card, I had games on there as well that stopped working, but I even think like, memory card, I think for PlayStation 3, I think they knew what they were doing, and you had like online features. It's like I would personally love PlayStation 3 still, like the PlayStation Plus. I think there are so many features people add to those kind of systems and those kind of consoles that make it to not to try and extort you, but to make your experience better. Like you get avatars that you can like change in your account management settings, and I used to do that. Like I think my latest one was Ryu, and I wanted to change it to one of my favorite wrestlers, but I never got around to it because I forgot my email and password. But what I'm trying to say is like, I'm on like back in the day, I loved being on the PlayStation. I'm not trying to sit here and say I love that life, that like, playing PlayStation and, like COD, Modern Warfare games like World at War and all that. I'm not saying that I loved it like it was something that I had nothing else to do, but it's like, it's the truth, because I had nothing else to do. And this is the point I'm trying to make. It's like you like something, basically, and people just come and ruin it for you, and I just think even in real life, like if you sit there and you try and have a normal conversation about stuff that you like, and you just think people just want to, spoil it and ruin your experience. It's like why they don't want to, or why they wouldn't ever consider remastering GTA 4, but at the same time, I don't really need it to be remastered. All I need is for you to make it compatible with my new consoles. So in the future, I might even consider buying the next PlayStation that you make or whatever. So the fact that they don't do that, it just kind of frustrates me. And I think PlayStation are clever, and I think they know what they're doing, and I just think it's such a disappointment, you know what I mean? And it goes a really long way, because as well, like the same amount of people, like people back in the day, even once I worked with, they just ruined my childhood, man. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not trying to say I love GTA 4. Like that's not the concept. I'm trying to say like it's one of my favorite games that I really wanted to play on PlayStation 4, and people just went crazy over GTA 5, and it's like it in terms of like comparing both stories, GTA 4 just had a lot more realism for me. That's why I like it. Not because he's swearing at guys and shooting them, but because Nico Bellic's one of those characters I just really liked and I found relatable.